Hey everyone, welcome to The Explainer. In a space that's just totally dominated by noise, flashy influencers, and those crazy chaotic price charts, it is literally so easy to lose the signal. So today, we're stripping all of that away. Scratch the hype, we're going back to ground zero. We're going to look at digital assets through a really rational, first principles lens. If you're already following the space, but you're kind of looking for a clearer framework to categorize all this stuff being built, well, you're in the exact right spot. We're breaking down some seriously insightful analysis to reconstruct how we view this whole ecosystem.
Here is a quick look at our roadmap for today. First, we'll tackle the crypto catch-all. Second, we'll put Bitcoin and Ethereum head-to-head. Third, we'll look at stablecoins and meme coins. Fourth, we'll dive into how crypto prices actually emerge. And finally, we'll wrap up by looking at the full digital ecosystem.
All right, let's jump right into part one, the crypto catch-all.
So here's the thing. The general public basically calls everything crypto. But using just one single word for this entire landscape, it's kind of like using the word vehicle to describe a bicycle, a submarine, and, a space shuttle. Sure, they all transport things, right? But how they actually work, the specific problems they're trying to solve, the engineering behind them, they are worlds apart. When you really pop the hood and look inside, that whole monolith idea just shatters completely. We've got distinct foundational components all operating together. We're talking Bitcoin, Ethereum, stablecoins, meme coins, exchanges, wallets, and of course the underlying blockchain tech itself. These are totally distinct gears and engines of a sprawling digital landscape. Treating them like they're all exactly the same thing, that is absolutely the root cause of so much public misunderstanding today.
Moving right along, let's hit part two, Bitcoin versus Ethereum. Okay, so Bitcoin and Ethereum are just entirely different beasts. Seriously, Bitcoin operates as a decentralized monetary asset. Think of it as digital gold. Its whole primary purpose is about preserving value, entirely without a central authority or some middleman. Now, Ethereum, on the other hand, is a decentralized technology platform. It essentially acts as the underlying infrastructure where highly complex applications and smart contracts can just execute all on their own.
Because their actual jobs are so totally different, these two operate on completely distinct economic models. Bitcoin? It gets its core value from scarcity and trust. It has a hard-capped, limited supply. There's only ever going to be so much of it. Ethereum derives its value from utility and active usage of its ecosystem. Its worth is intrinsically tied to how many apps are running on the network and the sheer volume of compute tasks being processed. So you've got one that's a scarce bearer asset, and the other? It's basically the fuel for a global decentralized computer.
All right, let's shift gears to part three, stablecoins and meme coins.
Let's look at stablecoins first. Instead of chasing those astronomical moonshot gains we always hear about, their entire engineering purpose is just frictionless stability. They're essentially digital fiat. They operate purely to give you a safe harbor from all that crazy volatility. This is what allows individuals, and big institutions too, to transact and settle value globally, in literal seconds, without sweating over those wild intraday price swings.
But then, on the extreme opposite end of the spectrum, we have meme coins. These absolutely thrive on attention economics, internet culture, and pure community-driven speculation. While stablecoins are built to be rigidly predictable, meme coins are out there leveraging human psychology and virality. The fact that two radically different asset classes like this exist in the exact same space, man, that just proves why tossing everything under that single crypto umbrella is so inadequate.
Next up, part four, how crypto prices emerge.
Okay, we need to bust a massive myth right here, right now. Prices are not declared. Let me say that again. There is no secret boardroom, no central bank, no CEO somewhere arbitrarily setting the daily value of Bitcoin or Ethereum. Absolutely no single entity decides what these assets are worth on any given Tuesday.
Instead, those prices emerge continuously through global 24/7 demand and supply. It is quite literally a live global auction market that just never ever sleeps. Every single second of every day, buyers and sellers all over the planet are matching their bids and asks. The price isn't handed down from on high. It's simply the exact intersection where the most recent buyer and seller agreed to make a trade. It's fascinating when you think about it like that.
And that brings us to our final section, a digital economic ecosystem. If you take away just one core insight from this entire explainer today, please let it be this. Crypto is not a single speculative casino game. No, it's an entire, diverse, complex, and incredibly robust digital ecosystem. Shifting your mental framework away from viewing it as one big monolithic gamble and starting to see it as a multi-layered technological economy, that is the absolute key to actually grasping the innovation that's happening right in front of us.
To rationally understand this space, we really have to look deeper into its structural elements. We're talking about exploring how wallets use cryptography to give users true self-custody. We need to understand why decentralization impacts society on such a fundamental level. We've got to look at the actual mechanics of market exchanges and figure out where real, long-term utility is being built. There is a whole world to explore here. So, I want to leave you with a direct question today, just to kind of challenge your own assumptions. What do you think is the biggest misconception people still have about crypto and blockchain right now? Take a second to really reflect on how your own view of this digital ecosystem might have shifted today. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me on this journey into first principles. Keep learning, keep questioning, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.